Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for May 2024. We're going to jump right in here. You have this card that says unreliable. It says you're struggling to finish things. You start only one thing at a time. Start small and believe you're a finisher. I actually don't think that's true, Scorpio. I think that you've recently, maybe over the past year or so, kind of like started something back up that you are continuing to work on. So there you go. You have a surprise card that says expect the universe to pleasantly surprise you. There you go. I would definitely keep going, especially if you are one of those Scorpios that kind of has like redone something or has brought in a rebirth to some sort of like project or business or something that you're working on. Again, I see this for a lot of you, so definitely something I would pay attention to. You have the World, the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. I think you need to open up. You show up right here as the eagle or the phoenix, whichever you prefer. I don't care. And what I would say is that, the world, I feel, with the Seven of Wands kind of says that it's time for you to, get out into the world, or it's time for you to change your world in some way. And that's what I'm feeling off of the World card, literally. And, I think it's saying that, and what I mean by change your world is, let's say you have the same routine every single day. I think that the world is saying it's time to change up your routine, or it's time to do something different. It's almost like it's time for you to, it's almost like you're stuck in, a sweaty gym is the energy I get here. And you've been stuck in there so long that you don't even know that it stinks. And now, like, someone is, like, finally opening the door to, like, a sweaty gym. I don't know. That's the visual I'm getting in my head. There you go. And so it's like someone is letting the air in, It's like someone is turning on the AC and maybe a couple air filters and opening up all the doors, right? So and damn it, I knew I was going to do that, Scorpio. But anyway, this camera is dead, so I'm waiting for a new one. It'll be here in a couple days, but... what I would say is, again, it's almost like you need to kind of, get into a new environment, right? You've been in a stuffy, sweaty environment for too long, and I feel like the world is talking about a change. I'm not getting, like, any typical world stuff on the World card, so there you go. You have the Five of Swords. Yeah, definitely time to take a risk. I think you need to put yourself out there more and like take bigger risks. So I'm not even just talking about love here. I'm talking about especially in work. I think that, deeper commitments is going to be the thing that makes you very successful. So, as I've probably said to you before, Scorpio, it's like I don't think Scorpio can just dip their toes in the water anymore. I think Scorpio needs to, cannonball into the deep end, right? Like, and just swim. And that's kind of like the energy I get off the Five of Swords. You have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says when you know that something is going to be successful, that's when you're truly going to be successful. And we go up to the Seven of Swords here. The Seven of Swords, of course, is a victory or a success coming in for you. So I do feel that there could be a quick success or a quick win or a quick victory coming in for you in this direction. And I feel that a lot of you need to... kind of commit to something with that Seven of Wands. I really feel the Seven of Wands is, talking about like 110% commitment. With the World, you have the Three of Swords. I think there are there are parts of the old world that you can't bring forward to the new world, and a lot of people are feeling this, especially you fixed signs, right? There might be parts there, it's like nostalgia. I'm surprised the Six of Cups hasn't shown up in this reading because, it kind of gives me that feeling of, just wishing that things were the way they used to be, but they're not, and there's nothing you can do to change that, right? So I think for a lot of you, this is about, I don't really get heartbreak or sadness or anything like that. I think that what you're holding on to is it's like you're living inside a sweaty old gym sock and you need to get some fresh air, right? But it's like you're still seeing that as your comfort zone. So there's something weird going on here with that. I don't know. Weird. With the Five of Swords, you have the Sun. I think you're being led, and I think everybody is being led by their happiness, their joy. It's like even when things go wrong, I think there are things in life that still can provide you with happiness. And I think the Sun is basically saying to have this victory, you need to move towards your happiness, or to have the victory, you need to bring more of that happy-go-lucky energy into your life. And there are things that can provide that for you, even if things aren't going well. Again, I think that's the trick, is that even when things aren't going well, like, is there something that you can think about that does bring even just like a tiny little glimmer of hope into your life? That's what you need to move towards with the Sun. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Judgment card. Yeah, wake up call. Also, the Judgment card is, these people are in these coffins. Inside the coffin is their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. And so clearly this is saying, like, step into your new world right here as well with the Two of Wands. So I feel that Judgment card is like you answering a call to move towards something new. I don't even think you resonate with anything from the past anymore. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of you even are like looking at exes and things like that and saying, what the hell did I see in that person, right? I think you're really kind of, I think if you really look at the past, not even just people, any situation, I think you might even be surprised at yourself. And so that's a clue to keep moving towards something new. You have the Seduction card. It says passion, pleasure, temptation, beauty, attraction, chemistry, blah, blah, blah. You have this Enemy card. It says rival, frenemies, competitor, fights. I would be, like, if you are attracting a new person into your life, I would be careful of, like, who you tell, because, again, there might be, like, a person in your midst that is, that wants to steal the person for themselves. Or, again, I've been getting, for the fixed signs, quite a bit that, if you meet a new person and like some random person messages you on Instagram that, they're a cheater or whatever, it might not be true. I've been seeing a lot of that energy in the readings for whatever reason. So jealous exes, random weirdos and stuff like that. So I would be careful, especially with that frenemies card or the enemy card, whatever it said. But definitely could be attracting someone into your life, or you are attracted to a person is kind of what I get. You have the Justice card, Nine of Cups, and the Five of Wands. Yeah, I think there is justice coming in. We're in a time of justice. We're in a time of, like, the truth coming out and seeing the truth, Ace of Swords. So there could be some truths coming out. But I also feel that this is basically saying the truth will set you free. And I don't think that it's saying, oh, you're a liar here, Scorpio. I think that it's saying that there are maybe certain things in your life that you want to do. And those things are your truth. And the more that you live your truth, the more that you do the things that you want to do in life, the more free you will be. So I kind of get this feeling that the truth will set you free in that sense. Not as in someone's coming to tell you the truth, but as in, living your truth is going to set you free. You have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a card of total fulfillment. I see a ton of fulfillment and success coming in for you here. I even think you could be, like, people could be telling you that you're glowing and stuff like that right now. I don't necessarily think, like, is this a glow up reading? I would say no, but I do feel that you could be kind of having a little bit of a glow up, or people are telling you that you're glowing or that you're looking better, or, whatever the case may be. And, I think it's because you're thinking more positively, or you're kind of like moving more towards the sun energy. Again, the Nine of Cups, the secret with the Nine of Cups is like, yeah, sure, it can represent a wish and blah, blah, blah. But really the secret with the Nine of Cups is that it's a card of alignment. He is in alignment with exactly what he wants. So, if you imagine, let's say like money, for example, if he wants money, and money is the center, it's like he has all the pieces around him, like in his energy field, that equal money, which, that could be like he has good money habits. He's worked on his money blocks. He's giving off the energy of wealth. And maybe he is also working on a project that provides money. It's like, it's not just one thing. I think sometimes, like, I think people, when they try to manifest things, they think like, oh, I just have to think about money, right? But that's not the truth. Like, you have to have these other pieces in place to attract what you want, and he is in perfect alignment. Like, he has everything, everything in order. So he has the habits, the thoughts. He fills his brain with good ideas about money, and the list goes on and on. So he does everything that he needs to do, and I kind of feel like that's what's going on here with the Ten of Cups. You have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is a card of conflict and competition. Clearly, I feel that if you're working on something going this way here, up to the Six of Wands, if you're working on like a business or a project where maybe it is very competitive, as in a lot of people do it, that you could be like rising to the top here. So again, do not allow competition to stop you. Again, I get questions every single day where people say, I want to read tarot on YouTube. Should I do it? There's a lot of people doing it. I'm like, yeah, well, it doesn't matter if there's a billion people or one person doing it. If you're meant to do something, you're meant to do it. It shouldn't matter how many people are doing it. If you're meant to be successful, you're going to be successful. Again, it doesn't matter if a billion people are doing it. There will always be someone who rises to the top, right? And so I kind of get that feeling here where it's like, it doesn't matter how many people are doing something. You shouldn't be comparing yourself to the competition anyway with the Five of Wands. If you're meant to do something, if something's meant for you, it's meant for you, is what I'm trying to spit out here. So I think something is meant for you that you're working on. You just have to just keep doing it, right? Just don't stop. With the Justice card, you have the King of Wands. I do feel like there's something here about you attracting a person here. I feel like this person is very fiery. Are they a fire sign? I don't know. But I do think they are very fiery. There's something about this person. I think that, I think that maybe you see them as one way, but it's like as you get to know this person, they're actually even better. I actually feel this is good. I think this is a person who is like better than you expect. It's like you already think they're good, but I think there's more here. So love it. I think this person's a builder as well. It's funny. You have this card here, this Mars motion card, which would be fire. And that Mars motion card is 22, which is the master builder number, is 22. So I think for a lot of you could be attracting like a master, a quote unquote master builder into your life, as in they literally could be a builder. They could literally build things for a living, or, maybe they build businesses. The King of Wands is an entrepreneur. They do something like that, right? Here you go. With the Nine of Cups, are you kidding? You have the World card twice in this reading. Right here. So it's like in the Eight of Swords is being closed off. I literally said you need to open up to the world or you need to become more open in the world, right? It's like you need to air something out is kind of how I was picturing it in my head. The Eight of Swords is only seeing one way of doing things, which is, again, not calling you out, Scorpio, but I mean, being a fixed sign, that is something that fixed signs, I believe, are here to work on is, just being more flexible, right? And so I think you just need to be, if one way to do something doesn't work, try something else, right? And also don't be too stuck in a sweaty gym locker, inside a gym sock is kind of like what I get here, like weird. So I think it's encouraging you to get some fresh air, not literally, although it could help, right? But I'm speaking more figuratively. It's like you've been doing something the same way for too long and it's time to change. With the Five of Wands, you have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, same thing. Eight of Cups is walking away from things that no longer serve you, making a change, opening the door, right? Letting some fresh air in. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this Progressions card. It says Journey on it. You have this Mars card. It says Motion on it. Some of you could literally be moving or traveling, or you could be moving in new directions in your life. I think that travel will bring a lot of fulfillment into Scorpio's life as well. Again, because you're creating fresh air, to use that analogy in this reading. I think that anything you could do to create that fresh air type of feeling is going to be the thing that leads to the most success for you. So we do see a lot of success here because of that. I also think that, taking action, it's funny, there's this big sword here, and your first card is the Ace of Swords, which is a victory. Right next to it, you have the Six of Wands, which is a victory. So clearly there could be some sort of big victory or big win coming in for you here. I also get something about like the truth setting you free, or the truth will set you free, but I think it's your truth, as in if you're doing things that you hate, that you don't want to do, I think that's preventing you from being successful. I think if you could do more things that you love, that would make you more successful. And, I kind of feel that here with the Ace of Swords, and there's definitely some sort of victory coming in because of it with the Ace of Swords. I also feel, by the way, this, you have communication right here. If you're interested in a person, Four of Wands, could be marriage, then I think that this is saying that there needs to be some sort of communication between you and this person for it to work out, obviously. You have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is a card of taking the lead, and I feel a lot of you could be taking the lead. He's holding that world in his hands, and I keep wanting to switch and I can't. But anyway, he's got that world in his hands, and it basically says you need to get out into the world. He is standing in a comfort zone. He's standing at the top of his castle. The story of the Two Wands is that he needs to leave his castle and he needs to get out into the world. It's like he's got the whole world in his hands, but he's looking out into the distance and he's not looking at what he has in his hands, the whole world. So again, I think that this is more talking about getting fresh air, putting yourself out there. Now you have the Eight of Swords. I kind of feel like this energy of making something a bigger deal than it actually is. So again, if you're thinking about if you've been stuck, right, and you're thinking about taking action on something, I think that once you take action, you're gonna be like, wow, that was way easier than I thought it was gonna be. So, maybe that helps you. I kind of get this feeling that message could help one of you at least out there in just getting started. It's like whatever you're thinking about doing in your life, it's gonna be so much easier than you think. So I would just do it. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles represents feeling left out in the cold. And, again, the trick with the Five of Pentacles is to not call attention to your weaknesses. I feel like I've been saying this to you for months. It's almost like you're attracting a person who has been through something very similar to you. I almost feel like you're attracting someone who is like, it's like you're each other's gift. I know for a fact, I've said this to you before. And, again, that's what I get here. It could be a Leo, could be any sign. You have fire here. This person clearly has fire, like somewhere in their chart or something. It could just be a fiery person. Could be any sign, general reading, but, that's what stands out to me. Could be another fixed sign as well. Could be Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, or Capricorn with the world, but, take it how it resonates. It could be any sign, general reading. And like I said here, I kind of get this feeling of like two people who have been through something similar, which is funny because Capricorn gets very similar readings as well, about like a person who left them out in the cold or something. And again, you could be attracting someone where it's like you're each other's gift is what I feel there. But outside of love, in all areas of your life, the Five of Pentacles basically says, focus on your strengths. The trick with that is to not call attention to your weaknesses. With the Two of Wands, you have the King of Cups here. Again, could be a water sign you're attracting. But the King of Cups is a card of the home. So there are some cards in the tarot I call clue cards where like it's not their actual meaning, but to me the King of Cups I call the home. And to me he can come up in readings where someone is moving or traveling or something like that. And we see that right here with the Two of Wands. So it wouldn't surprise me if some of you were like thinking about traveling or moving. And I think again that will be very good for you. He's also a card of like deep emotions. And so he encourages us to kind of like keep an eye on our emotions, and I would definitely do that. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, card of independence and card of being independent. I think you've worked on, it's like you're working yourself up to being able to more take care of yourself. And so I think a lot of you are in just like a good independent energy, but more like, people love to tell me how independent they are, but they're not. And I think you're like truly independent with that Nine of Pentacles. You have this third quarter moon. It says adjustments are required. You have this full moon in Aries. It says a fiery climax approaches. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of fire that's being built here in your life, something that you're going to be very passionate about. Like I said, clearly it could be a person, but it could also just be like something that you're working on. And you have the Six of Wands. You also have the Eight of Wands and the Four of Wands. These are all kind of cards of completion. Not really the Six of Wands, but the Eight of Wands is a card of completion. The Four of Wands says that something needs to be completed, that a finish line needs to be crossed, right? And you need to get to the other side. Yes, it represents marriage, blah, blah, blah. We'll talk about it. But the Six of Wands is a victory and a success. So I do feel like, there should be some sort of big success coming in for you with the Six of Wands, or you are finding a big success. You have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is quick success or quick conclusion. I think that if you're working on something that you've been working on for a while or working towards, that it is going to evolve over time. It's popping into my head. It's like what you do is going to change over time, which is normal. But I think it's a different message for you, Scorpio, because like let's say you have started something over the last year, like you've rebirthed something. For a lot of you, I think you have, where you've kind of rebirthed an idea or, started an idea over again. It's like what it is right now is not what it's going to be in a couple of years. Just, I think you're just something to think about. But for some of you, I feel like you could be working in communication. Again, some of you literally could be starting a YouTube channel or a podcast or something like that. Eight of Wands is quick success, though. So I feel like you're finding success quickly. It might not be like super fast, but I think it's pretty quick. I also feel, Eight of Wands is my card of socializing. So anything you could do to socialize would be a good idea. You have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is marriage. If you have your eye on this person here, going this way, clearly it could lead to marriage or a very solid commitment. I also look at the Four of Wands as a card of freedom. So again, opening that door to the gym and letting the fresh air in, right, is going to be the thing that sets you free with that Eight of Wands, for sure. So let's see. With the Six of Wands, you have the Page of Pentacles. Definitely a new person, and there needs to be communication with the new person. Again, another Earth sign card. You have Earth, Water, Fire. It could be any sign, general reading. But I do feel like this could be communication that needs to happen with that person, with that Page of Pentacles. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is a card of going on an adventure, and adventuring in general. So I feel it's time for you to go on some sort of adventure. I also feel it's time for you to kind of explore more. Like I said, you have the world twice. You need to get out there and explore. With the Four of Wands, you have the Four of Pentacles. Again, this is coming up in the area of the good stuff. So number one, it could say that you are kind of leaving a comfort zone. He is holding on too tightly to the past, and he needs to set himself free. But again, coming up in the good stuff, it could say that you're setting yourself free. I also feel that some of you are improving your finances. It's like whatever you're working on is working, plain and simple. You have this Lily card. It says spiritual love on it. Definitely could be a really solid connection coming in for you. So, that looks really good. I feel like there could be like good news coming in for you as well, is what I'm getting. But for some reason, this card doesn't represent news. You do have the Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands, though, which could be news. But I really feel this could be a spiritual connection. You have this arrow card that says you're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. I think there's evidence. Eight of Wands. For whatever reason, that Eight of Wands is saying to me that there is like evidence that you're going in the right direction. Maybe if you're starting a business, maybe it's growing at a steady rate. I'm not saying things are perfect, but things are probably moving forward. I would definitely keep going. You have this tiger. It says doing something risky, taking a chance. I'm a big fan of risk right now, and we're talking about calculated risk. We're not talking about doing something stupid here. We're talking about like the risk of creating a YouTube video and being wrong, or people making fun of you, the risk of public speaking, the risk of taking a risk of putting yourself out there, something like that. You have this grapes card that says time to go out and have fun. Yes, I think that anything you could do to enjoy yourself would be a good idea. You have this face card that says secret admirer. There you go. So there's clearly a secret admirer here, or you admire someone secretly. I would go for it. Looks really good to me. But this looks really good here, Scorpio. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.